All right, I am going to talk about 7.04 today, and it's dealing with argumentative writing. And I am going to kind of go back to 7.02 for a second because I need you guys to realize that from 7.2 all the way to the end of Module 7 is leading up to an argumentative essay, okay? And the reason I have it set up that you can't do one assignment until you do the next is because if you don't have your claim or your thesis statement, you can't do your body paragraph. If you don't have a body paragraph, you can't do a conclusion, okay? So from 702 on, it's setting you up to write your own argumentative essay, okay? So these things are connected. So whatever you choose in 702 is what you are working with. So again, I'm going to talk about introductions in 704, but I just want to review. So for 702, you are going to address one of the following questions. Okay, for 702, you just had to write a claim and a counterclaim. So you are either writing your essay about does our state, meaning South Carolina, do enough to prevent distracted driving, or you're going to write about can a PSA, a public service announcement, help reduce the number of distracted driving incidents. All right, and in this lesson, you watched or will watch um, the public service announcement about the young lady who died in an accident dealing with distracted driving. Excuse me. All right. So again, this is 7.02, even though I'm going to be talking about '04, okay? So again, you at this point should have chosen one of these. You're just choosing one of these to write about, all right? And then for your claim in 7.02, your claim can be South Carolina does do enough to prevent distracted driving because they have distracted driving laws, all right? Or they do not do enough. Or it could be public service announcements do help reduce, or they don't help reduce because blah, blah, blah. Okay? So you have your claim. Whether you agree or disagree, that's fine. Then you write the counterclaim. So what is going to be the opposing view? Okay, what can somebody argue against you? Have a legitimate argument against you? All right. So a counterclaim might be, although South Carolina has distracted driving laws, comma, the statistics still show that accidents are happening at an alarming rate. Okay, something like that. So it's going to be the opposite. Okay. Then that's all you had to do for 7.02 was part one of that graphic organizer. Then when you got to 7.03, developing a claim, this is where you are doing research to support your claim. Okay, so you are just coming to part two of it. At this point, you should already have your claim. All right, and again, we're dealing with South Carolina, not Florida. So you're just selecting one of these only. Don't do both, do one and do it well. All right. So then at that point, you have found four sources, I'm sorry, two primary, two secondary, um, to research that. Okay, so you're researching whether distracted driving laws help, all right, or public service announcements help. All right, so you're just dealing with one of those. You're finding four sources total, all right, and make sure that you do Easy Bib or Son of a Citation and get um, the MLA citation for those sources. Okay. Um, those are going to help you with your in-text citations and your body paragraphs. And then you'll also want to have the uh, works cited page at the end. Okay. So again, you're finding research to back up your claim. All right. It's all about that claim and you want to support that. Don't use blogs, stuff off of Facebook. You're looking for .orgs, .govs, okay, stuff to help you there. All right, so now we are moving on to 7.04 where you are writing your introduction. All right, and so you're going to do part three of your graphic organizer, and you're going to have an introductory paragraph of 7 to 10 sentences. And you're going to have your claim, how you feel about your chosen prompt, and then you're going to mention the counterclaim. how people feel opposite of you, okay? But then you're going to argue why your stance is better. So make sure you go. These lessons are so short, and I know some of you aren't going through them, but do it, okay? It doesn't take you that long. My videos aren't that long. You will turn in better quality work if you go through these, okay? All right. So in your introduction paragraph, your claim and then response to the counterclaim is going to go at the end of that paragraph. All right. Here is a video about introducing an argument. Take a look at that. I'm just going to look at the text, show you the text version here. Okay. So what you need to do is take a look at that. All right. Watch the video. Great ways to have an introduction, okay? And then you will put your thesis, your claim at the end. You can shock with statistics, okay? You can, I don't think your topic needs defined, so that won't work. So shocking statistics. You can use a story, okay? If you find a story in your research, just like the PSA. Okay, if you were going to do yours on PSA, you could find another public service announcement where the family is talking about how they have been affected since they lost their loved one. That could be your introduction where you set up that story. You know, imagine telling your sister goodbye and you didn't know it was for the last time. You know, and then the parents actually found her truck wrecked. And then, you know, the mom contacts the phone company and finds out that she was texting while driving. So you can use anecdotes, which are stories like that from your research. Okay. Um, so shocking statistics, stories, um, those are maybe some background information would work. If you're talking about distracted driving laws, you could look up, you know, what distracted driving laws South Carolina has. That could be part of your introduction as well. Okay. But shocking statistics are powerful. And I'm just making this up, but you know, I would have to go look like, you know, did you know in the United States or in South Carolina there's a, you know, one distracted driving accident every 40 seconds. And I don't know that that's true. You know, I have to look that up. But again, you want to get your reader interested in whatever it is that he or she is reading. Okay. So when you get to 7.04, you should already have part one and part two finished. And again, make sure you do part two because that's the research that you're going to use for your essay. Okay. So you need to have good research. So here's what you're doing. Introductory paragraph, 7 to 10 sentences. Have your claim and counterclaim come at the end of your introduction paragraph because that prepares the reader for what they are about to see or read once you get to the body paragraphs. Okay? And again, your introduction should not be 3 sentences. It says 7 to 10. All right? And again, if you look at the rubric, I'm sure that is on there. So you need to have your introductory paragraph having your claim and counterclaim and an excellent introductory paragraph, 7 to 10 sentences and no noticeable errors. Please, you know, do a grammar check, a spelling check. Make sure you're capitalizing your I's and don't abbreviate things. This is a formal setting, so it needs to be formal. Okay. But again, make sure I'm not going to play this video on here because it'll lag and you can watch it on your own. But spend a couple minutes just watching this. Okay. And that's 7 to 10 sentences for your introduction. That will set you up to move on to your body paragraphs, which will be the next activity.